Welcome back to Seewing and my co-host Julie. How are you, Julie?
Hi, and good morning, Seewing. How are you today?
Fine, thank you. Thank you for attending. And without further ado,
Oh my goodness, that's cute. I love the dinosaurs. Jurassic Park, one of my favorite movies.
the name of this video is how the YouTube crash bros and the doomers are making newbie investors extinct.
That's funny. That's
So
great.
this short video, okay, we can just verbalize, okay? But let's keep this video for a couple more seconds.
That's great.
So, Julie, you and I have been discussing the challenges of the real estate market. But over the years, I've been assisting a lot of newbies for 20 something years, okay, to buy out of state properties, cash flow, remote in best growth markets in the country. And most of them, if not all of them, have done very well long term. So, what I've noticed in the past 24 months is that with all the doom and gloom negative headlines of all types, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, social media, there's so much negative news out there, especially the housing crash bros. And you know what I mean by housing crash bros? Those content creators that who are probably a failed realtor or failed mortgage broker, create content that can scare the heck out of people. Those crash bros, they were predicting housing crash for the past 4 years, but they've been predicting housing crash for the past 15 years. They've been wrong. They've been
Right.
wrong for the past 15 years. They're going to be wrong this year. They're going to be wrong next year. But then again, we don't know the future. In one of these days, in one of these days, who knows, sometime in the next 30 to 40 years, some of these YouTube crash bros, these doomers, they might be right.
But what did I say? A broken clock is right at least twice a day.
Yes, yes. So sad to say, as I work with my newbie investors, not only newbie investors, some of my investors who already own 2 or 3 rentals, they bought it within the past 3 or 4 years. So I consider them newbies also.
Correct.
Sad to say, based on my personal experience and also talk with other friends I have in other part of the country who in a similar business that I am, and of course, because I network over the years in many different markets, I know a lot of builders, personal friends who run their own business. I talked to a lot of investors over the years. In particular, these 24 months, there have been so much doom and gloom, so much crash bros out there brainwashing people. A lot of the newbie investors and not so newbie investors are becoming extinct like those dinosaurs. So why, from your perspective, why I'm asking you for your perspective? You are one of those newbie investors. I consider you still a newbie. Why?
I agree.
Because you started to buy income property 3 to 4 years ago, and right now you have a whopping 6 rental properties. So you put yourself in your shoes of your fellow newbie investors.
Yeah.
Why I say what I'm saying. The newbie investors right now are becoming extinct.
I think that there's so much information out there, and I think people can get lost in the shuffle. They don't know what their goals are. They don't know what the strategies they should be looking at to get the property or get on the other side of whatever they're looking for. And we met you. We have good mentorship. I will just put it there. If you are a newbie, like we are, or we were, or we are, you have to have good guidance and good mentorship, which means you have to do your homework, which is I do that very well. I would just say that what can create the extinction is people just hearing so much information and then just doing nothing. So you just kind of like do nothing. But if you get with somebody that you can trust, that can give you guidance and create a plan, a structure for you to achieve your goals, which are different. My goals are different than somebody else watching your station. Then you can get the right type of guidance. And so you won't be extinct. I think that a lot of it is like people just get lost in the shuffle with too much information out there on Google, YouTube, Facebook, everything else. And you will become extinct. No, disappear.
We only have few minutes left. You're part of my membership. Don't you agree? Don't just listen to me, but every morning on your email, you receive great educational content.
Absolutely. Yeah.
High value content, very educational, very impactful. And yet, most people still stay in the sideline. So people going to say, oh, they need more education. No, in fact, my network members, they're receiving more education than they normally would from
Mhm.
any other
Mhm.
sources.
Right.
I appreciate you and I invested time to provide
Right.
great real estate educational content. And yet, this past 24 months has been very challenging. So if the newbie investors continue to stay on the sidelines, they will become extinct. But
Yeah.
I hate to be so negative, okay? I'm a very positive person. But from your
Right.
perspective, the 2 minutes we have remaining, what are the potential solutions from your perspective? How do you overcome this?
That's interesting. I think a lot of people don't make a decision out of fear. And you have to figure out what you are afraid of. I think in any business venture, pretty much anything in life, there is a certain amount of risk that's involved. So what I did, I tried to minimize, I made a calculated risk. I did my homework. I did my studying. I did my due diligence. Everybody that you put me in contact, I researched them. That's the thing. A lot of people are just not willing to do that type of work. Now, once I got on the other side of it, everything was gravy. But it's just getting into it, you do have to do some work. And I think the way you hear all the gurus and all this stuff, they give you all this hype and you can do all this. And they don't really tell you there's work involved too. I think people either they don't get in or they get in and they quit because they weren't counting the cost. They didn't look at all of it. Or their fear overrides any opportunity that could come along, good, bad, or indifferent. So they just make no decision.
Yep, Julie, you're absolutely right. So my final thought is each individual have to look themselves in the mirror. They have to get out of the comfort zone. They have to invest in themselves. Look at themselves in the mirror. What's getting in my way? Humans are very emotional. Each individual have to take accountability of their personality, of their background, where they come from. A lot of people have a childhood financial trauma, if you will.
Very true.
They've been programmed and they've been conditioned to act certain way. They have a very limited belief system
Correct.
because when they're young, when they're very young, they're already adapted a certain money blueprint. The money blueprint all have a lot of negativity, have limited beliefs.
Correct.
When they become an adult, they still have this negative programming in their brain.
That's a very good point.
They can't overcome unless people subconsciously understand that whatever limited belief they have, whatever negative programming, whatever trauma they have in their childhood is not who they are.
That's a very good point.
They need to reset their brain. They have to reset their mindset. They need to reset their financial temperature. Most
Right.
people's temperature are very low. It's a self-creation because whatever when I say childhood financial trauma is come from influences that people have when they're
Right.
young, from their parents or lack of parents or grown up very poor or grown up with single parent, and they have this very limited thing that they think they don't deserve to be creating wealth. They think that, for example, achieving wealth is filthy, is not ethical, is
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
or you
There's something wrong with it. Yeah.
it's just or being greedy or whatever. Anyway,
Right.
I can go on and on. At the end of the day, people need to reset the money blueprint,
I like that.
consciously reprogram their mind to thinking, yes, I have unlimited potential. Whatever trauma, financial belief system that I created, that I was conditioned when I was young, or not true, is not what defined
Right.
me. Is not what defined me. I can be a
Right.
better person. I can overcome all these obstacles. I could delete. I need to delete all the conditioning, all the programming, all the it was instilled upon me by people in my environment. Who are those
Right.
in my environment? Our parents, our friends, our relatives, our people we look up to when we were young. All the negative things that I was taught are wrong is not what define me. I have the potential. I have untapped potential. In America, you can become you can grow up poor and become truly wealthy.
That's very true. That a lot.
Not just financially, psychologically, spiritually,
That's true.
whatever.
Right.
America is different than most other countries. I was not born in the US. I was born in Hong Kong. So we have a very limited belief to begin with. I grew up in Philadelphia, long time with very limited financial means. Okay, people think I grew up with a high educational background. No, so I changed my mindset when I became an adult.
Right.
I deleted all the conditioning programming when I was young. That's not who am I. In America, there's no other country in the world you have this opportunity. So my calling to you is every single one of you. I don't care about your background. I don't care about how poor you are, all the minds limited beliefs you have. You can do it. So you have to.
I agree with that. I co-sign on that.
I don't want to get too deep. Okay, I'm being too topical. But anyway, I'm done. So
Okay. No, great point. It was really, I like change of financial blueprint. It reminds me of a passage in the Bible where it talks about be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So you have to renew your mindset in order to be able to be successful. And an old mindset can keep you from being successful.
very well said. So that's all I have to say. Thank you so much for your operation and your amazing person. Anyway, if you see value from this short video, like and subscribe my YouTube channel, and also put your email at the bottom of the description into my website so you can become a free member of our real estate investing community so you can get educated about real estate investing and free education in all aspects of real estate investing. See you next time.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.